Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, the town of Sevastopol. Your net control this morning is Joan, Kilo Charlie Niner, Kilo Mike Alpha. I am also in Sevastopol where, Kevin, the driveway is frozen with frost. So as you make those curves going north, you will use due caution in case you don't have frost up here. We do. It looks slick. It is currently 34 degrees and the predicted sunny high of 39. So it should not continue to be slippery driving, but I bet it is here, 6 miles north of town. This net is open to all licensed amateurs. If you are hearing us and would like to participate, you are welcome. Let's stand by for any emergency traffic. Hearing none, the repeater has a 3-minute timer. We ask that you not go over that on your first transmission. And what I'm going to do today is the order of check-ins will be, we'll take short time mobile going to work, and then all other RF stations, and then we will take the transmission of short time, and then I will check in and call all ECHOLINK participants who are on the board. And I will just say, hearing that, welcome back to Steve, MCU, who's back after a little absence. So now let's take check-ins for mobile. Short time.
KA9ARZ. Alpha Bravo 9, November.
Now I will take all the rest of the RF check-ins, leaving a long pause for crosslink if they didn't get in. So everyone else, check in now, please.
This is Kilo Alpha Niner, Whiskey Alpha Romeo, A9DXG, W9OBB, 9OSF, 9UPE. Kilo Delta 9 Golf Delta Alpha.
On net control, Kilo Charlie 9, Lima November Zulu. Good morning.
89TDA with a question. Joan, so if we're going to go this route, is there opposition to, if you're on ECHOLINK, to check in with RF, or do you have to wait till the end?
Good question, Josh. Thanks. This is just an experiment today to see how quickly we could motor through checking everybody in, and the answer has been 2 to 3 or 4 minutes. I'm going to have the order of transmission be short time, then ECHOLINK, then RF. And I think my explanation was not clear. So we'll be naming the ECHOLINK people like right now. Is that going to be okay, do you think, Josh?
Nope, just trying to figure clarification, that's all. No sweat.
It is a work in progress. As everybody may know, Rick is working pretty hard to see if we can't bring some order to this, and it's just an experiment for a couple of days. Thanks for being patient. So now let me, all the ECHOLINK and All-Star nodes appear on what is called a Supermon board, and I'm able to see who's there. And so It is not hard. Now, let me go quickly to short time to pick those guys up because it is now 5 minutes. Go ahead, Kevin. KA9ARZ, AB9NN.
Thanks, Joan. KC9KMA. This is KA9ARZ. Good morning to all. Do a quick reset. Make sure we don't have any doubling going on here. KA9ARZ returning there. So, anyways, yeah, ready to head out the door for another day of work. Yeah, looks like we're going to have the sun poke out again like it did yesterday. And, yeah, I could definitely tell, I guess, when you have above freezing conditions with sunlight, various areas where the snow was noticeably significantly gone from the previous day as opposed to just the cloudy conditions and above freezing, maybe some rain or drizzle mixed in there. So, yeah, with some reports of possibly icy patches, have to look out for those. But hopefully drive back and forth won't be too bad. And, yeah, speaking of weather, yeah, northwest of here, it sounds like even getting warmer conditions, like some highs in the 50s reported there, even in the so-called icebox of the nation hit 50, which is kind of weird because this week they had the Arrowhead 135 Ultra Marathon where just the challenge is try to get 135 miles in 60 hours in extreme cold, and wasn't much as far as the extreme cold there. So anyways, looks like we're not going to have much with the extreme cold in the immediate forecast, so looking forward to that, and also, yeah, not having to deal with any, you know, high-performance shoveling or anything like that. So keep things going to AB9NN. How are things on the other side of the lake? This is K9ARZ. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to everybody on the Good Morning Net from John, AB9NN in Beulah, Michigan, northwest border of Michigan, straight across Lake Michigan from Algoma, 9 miles inland. And yeah, it looks like the rain and drizzle is just exiting lower Michigan. Excuse me. Hold on a second. Oh, thank you. Had to clear my throat there for a minute. Didn't want to cough into my microphone, which is inordinately rude. Yeah, so the rain is just exiting lower Michigan out towards the thumb, 37.3 degrees currently, which is kind of a nice temperature. We do have a little bit of a north wind, and it's supposed to be a nice day today. It's supposed to be clearing out later in the day, so we might start to get into some sunshine here pretty soon. Solar flux index is down a little bit again to 136, but I do see that the A and K indexes are 6 and 2 respectively. So those are pretty low, so it should be a quiet band even though the solar flux index is down. So we'll have to see what happens there. Going to take a trip into Traverse City. They have some errands to run there, probably this morning. So when we get done with that, we'll be reading our book on Jeff Bezos. Downloaded that onto the Kindle app on my phone. So going to be reading that in the near term here. So not much else going on. So with that, back to net control from AB9NN, John and Beulah. Have a great day, everyone.
John, and so now I will read the list of the net so far and check for any omissions. So on ECHOLINK, the order will be K9GU, and then Michelle, you'll send it to Jack, KA9TQC, then Steve, working on prefixes, W9MCU, Larry, KB9DIP, and then Alan, G1AEU. Then over to Artie, KA9WAR, Bob, KA9BXG, Rick, W9OBD, Larry, N9OSF, Brad, KD9UPE, Damien, AG9P, Josh, KD9GDA, and Tom, KC9LNZ. Did we miss any check-ins to the Good Morning net? Sorry for the frogs in the throat. Someone woke up late. Okay, so now we will go to the top of the list. Good morning, Michelle.
Very much. This is Ken Iodine, Kilo 9 Golf Uniform in Appleton, India, where the sky is very, very obscure, and it's absolutely foggy, completely foggy, impossible to see anything outside for now. So we'll see what happens later on in here, but that's about all we can see. Fog, and fog all over. Temperature is 36 outside, and the barometric pressure is 29 decimal 80 in here. So this is kind of a strange kind of weather in here. We don't have anything planned, but I think pretty soon our daughter is going to be coming to see us very, very soon in here for some things to do outside in here. So I may not be able to stay very long on the net while we're waiting for us to come and take care of us in here. So that's about all I have to mention right now, and I'll pass it on TQC to take it. And this is good morning to all on the net.
Well, good morning, Michelle, and thank you. K9TQC/4. I know how much we look forward to our kids' visits, especially down here, so I know how you feel. Woke up this morning, it was 48, which is not all that much warmer than what you guys have up there. It's up to 55 now, so it gets warmer faster, obviously, but it's been a very cool winter down here. I actually have long pants on, which is pretty rare for me down here. So let's see, we have Hamcation coming up in a couple weeks, which is basically along the lines of Dayton in terms of its size, and not terribly far from here, so always a temptation. And we had Winter Field Day last weekend, which was interesting. I don't know if there's any activity up there for that, but I have not heard of it. I mean, I didn't even know Winter Field Day was a thing until we started coming down here. So I don't have really much of import other than to say good morning and pass it over to W9 MCU, Steve, KA9TQC. Take it away. This is Steve, W9MCU in Milwaukee. We got 36 degrees, 82% humidity, and the sun looks like it's out, so I'll probably be out and about. It sure makes a big difference. I think it's supposed to get up to about 44 today. Yeah, I haven't been around much. My retired schedule here, not that I have a schedule, my unscheduled retirement mornings, it's been a hard time to get in front of the radio at 8 o'clock. Sometimes I've been listening on Broadcastify, but not like my work schedule where I was always sitting at my desk in front of the radio at 8 a.m. So I thought maybe I'd get on the net more often, but it's been less. And Joan, I've missed all the big ships coming through. It's a weird winter. Last year, I remember all the ice on the in Sturgeon Bay there on the cameras from the museum. The one pointing north isn't pointing very far north. It's mostly, I'm sorry, it's not pointing very far west. So I can't really see the big ships piled up at the shipyard there. There's a few, but not like last year. And the ice is not very strong or blood. There's not much ice, I'm trying to say. So I haven't seen any of the big ships come through. It's been missing the camera action there. But it's pointing your direction, I believe, Joan. So anyway, over to KB9 DIP. This is W9MCU.
And Larry has dropped off the board. Nope, he's just got back. KB9 DIP, are you able to transmit?
I got to figure out the difference between transmit and end. Let's see, transmit and end. What a bozo. Good morning, everyone. KB9 DIP Larry here in Algonquin, Illinois. Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Joan. Happy February 1st to you all. Today's the day you give HeartGuard if you're giving your dogs their medicine on the 1st of the month. And that's all I've got from up here. I see the sun, a strange yellow disc in the sun, in the sky. My goodness sakes, look at that. And Jack, you've got good audio. You're past the hump. Whatever you adjusted some while ago, it's working like a charm. No more distortion or clipping over modulation and stuff. And Steve, you sound fine too. And that's all I've got here at the Radio Ranch in Algonquin. And over to the jolly gentleman over in England, Big Al. Al, G1AU, take it away.
G1AU, Southwest England. Oh, thank you, Johnny. And good morning to everybody on the deck. I hope you are all well. You sound it. Oh, somebody come to the door. A bloody dog barking his head off. Anyway, a temperature here is 49 Fahrenheit. No wind really. 4 miles an hour. And that is very low for near air. Temperature with sense humidity. And 30.59 on the barometer. Well, Mike, in Milwaukee, here in Milwaukee, you will find most of the big boats are in there. There's only the Star Combined combination of people we asked at the moment. I follow the boats on the Great Lakes, but of course, they're always allowed for ice at this time of year. But they haven't got any ice, but they have got it through there anyway. And I don't remember, 2 ducks are sold until April. One fine. Anyway, G1AU, over to RC, 3 after 9, to check out the Dodo. Over to you.
Thank you, Alan. This is Kilo Alpha Niner, Wisconsin Amateur Radio. Here in Peshtigo, we have a nice, bright sunshine with 36 degrees, and it looks like we're going to have a real nice day. Anyway, on January 1st, Dwight, NS9I, helped me get a program into the system here called Marathon. And what that does, it computes all the traffic that you make, and it tells you at the end of the day you can find the countries that you made, the different countries, and it puts call signs down. So everything has been going good since we transferred that. Tuesday, my last entry of the day was Tango 77 Charlie, and I checked, and the first time I worked him was on the 29th of September 1990, which was almost 34 years ago. And I wrote him an email and said that he was probably one of the first contacts that I made once I got with my novice license there. And 30 minutes later, he wrote me back and wished me Happy New Year, and also said that he had more than 500,000 contacts. That's hard to imagine, but he must be working day and night to get that. Of course, being probably one of the few amateurs in the country, it's probably quite profitable. K8IBXG, this is K8IWAR. Good morning, Bob.
Well, good morning, Artie, and everyone else. And yeah, it's foggy out here. Someday it's going to clear up. Like to start getting ready for maple syrup. I don't know. We might not even be producing this year. I still have 8-10 gallons down here, and I know my brother's got probably at least that many. So if we go out without this year of making maple syrup, it won't be a big deal. Not too much else going on. I'm going to try and stay a little active today. So I'll send it over to Rick, OBD, K9DXG.
Thank you, Bob. This is W9OBD, and just wanted to say, Jack, it's been a long-term goal to try to get down to that hamcation sometime. That sounds like a real nice ham fest, and I've seen some videos of it and some stuff up on YouTube, and it looks pretty good. Another one I'd like to get to is the one over in Huntsville. That's always intrigued me as well, watching some videos down on the floor of the center there, and that always seems like an interesting and a good one to me. So not much else going on here, doing some 3D printing, and I think that'll do it for me this morning. Over to Larry, N9OSF. This is W9OBV. Good morning, Larry.
Hey, Rick, W9OBV, N9OSF. 33 degrees and sunny out. Hey, the sun has come out the last couple of days. Yeah, but otherwise, yesterday, worked on the garbage truck till 12 hours. Got going. I got there about 10 after 4 in the morning. So, and today, worked around the house. We got some babysitting kids here, the neighbor's kids. They weren't the babysiters, so Richard's got the babysit. And tonight, then take Mom out and get together with the neighbors and go out for supper and play cards. That's the plan, unless things change. So, otherwise, the history, then I February 1st, 1790, the United States Supreme Court assembled the first time in New York City, 1790. Come, I have yours too on here. Yeah. Otherwise, so otherwise, not much is otherwise. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, the sounds better. I'll try to remember this to slow down. I'll try. And I'll say, good morning, everybody. How's you doing? And he eats it, and good morning, that's out there. Everybody that's out there is good.
Well, N9OSF, good morning, Larry, and good morning to all on the net this morning. This is KD9UPE. Not a lot
planned for today so far, and we'll just wait for the fog to lift. I imagine it's a little heavier, a little closer in by Brother Rick there, but it's getting a little better out here around on the northwest corner today, so we'll see how the day progresses. Had a great day yesterday, met up with Rick and an old friend, and for breakfast, had a nice time, and Linda and I went out, did a little shopping, got out, and got some things for little four-legged buddy boys, so everybody's pretty happy. Other than that, not a whole lot going on, so we'll progress on here and hand it over to Damien, AG9P. Good morning, Damien, and good morning again to all. KD9UPE.
AG9P, Oconto. You're all invited tonight to the Oconto New Museum building. The Historical Society gives our talk every once in a while, once a month. You don't need a ticket. You don't have to be a member. Everybody's welcome. Been an interesting, and Cynthia won't be there because she's working at H&R Blog. Interesting week, first day of the week here. I talked to my doctor friend in Houston for 4 hours. We cut it short because he sends me 10 to 20 emails every day. I've got 8,000 of them in the trash. He won't be my best man at the wedding because he says he looks too old. And let's see. Next day, I talked to my son for 5.5 hours in Houston. Still, he's walking now with a crutch after 2 years after breaking his leg. And the next day, the funny thing was I was on the phone yet at 2:30 in the morning with taxes and E-Trade. And this morning I worked on taxes until 4 o'clock. So, very interesting week. AG9P over to GDA.
AG9P, KD9, GDA. Good morning, Damien. Oh, I really got nothing. Finishing up the Thailand today. Levi's off to a basketball game today at school. So, I'm pretty excited for that. And, that's about it. That is about it. Yeah, I was just wondering with the ECHOLINK, because if we're going to put them last, like if I check in on ECHOLINK, if it's okay if, I work in with the RF. I know some of us do that. I don't know, we used to kind of commingle the RF and ECHOLINK and crossband and, a couple years ago, so I was just curious. Anyway, over to Tom, KC9, LNC, KD9, GDA. Good morning, Tom.
Thank you, sir. KC9, LN Zulu here. Well, good morning to all. It's about mid-30s here right now. Blue sky right now. It's supposed to be a lot cloudier later on today, and we'll see. The weather looks pretty good so far. A lot more ice has been melting, so that's good, I guess, this time of the year. But, for Kevin, ARZ, if you're still out there listening, check your email. Other than that, not much else really to report. Got a few things to do this morning, and then got some other work to do, and working, like people have mentioned, working on my taxes. starting to fill up the list the tax people sent me, and getting ready, and probably next week making appointments with them. So it's that time of the year again. So everybody have a good one. Take care. And I believe since I'm at the end of the list, I'll pass it back to next show. KC9 LN Zulu. Everybody have a good one. Good morning.
Tom, KC9KMA, returning to the Good Morning Net. Let's see if you're at the bottom of the list. Do we have any new check-ins? Please sign in now.
Whiskey Niner, Whiskey Tango Zulu.
Well, we'll recognize the treasurer, and since people are here and may not have been to the meeting, you might want to relay the terrific news from the aforementioned IRS. Good morning, Larry.
I can do that, Joan. Didn't have much to say anyhow. W9, WTC. So what Rick announced at the meeting the other evening is, the long story short is we are now officially a nonprofit public charity, which is what we wanted to be all along. It was a long and convoluted path, and it actually was approved a while ago. We just weren't aware of it. And so that is a huge hurdle, and Joan especially knows. I don't think anyone has more hours invested in that than Joan. So that's, man, that was our Christmas present. It's going to make the year so much easier. Looking in the yard, it could be April. Looking at the calendar, I don't trust this weather one bit. So we'll see. And all you retired folks like me, don't forget to turn your calendar today. Back to you, Joan, W9, WTC.
Hilarious. You know, we just can't get enough public service, and so don't forget, turn your calendar over. You know, really. But there will be times, you know, if we started changing up the order of which day net control is, I tell you, there's 2/3 of the net wouldn't know what day it is. So that's not going to work. But hey, I'm celebrating today because my shiny new flipboard arrived from the Amazon yesterday. $3.99, ladies and gentlemen. It has a little spring at the top, and my pencil slides in and out, but snugly, so my paper, pencil, and writing service are ready to go for the Good Morning Net. You know, 8 years later, I don't know, how long have I been net control? We were talking about this, of the currently serving net control. You're right, I've been doing it the longest. Not the oldest member, you know, Bob, Kevin, Artie for sure. There's plenty of people doing the net longer, but right now, so keep that in mind. Retirement comes quickly. Artie, Jeff wanted to tell you he also has the Italian station card from them. This guy really must be on the air 10 hours a day. Steve, no kidding about the ship. We have broken ice in the canal. And there's always, you know, on the internet you can see who's been hauled off the ice. And they've had 2 emergency call-outs that I know of for people with the Darwin Award who decided it was enough ice to go fishing, but found out that it wasn't. So you've got that going on. Let's see if we have anyone on ECHOLINK who would like to make a comment. And even if you double, I can see on the board that you've lit up. So anyone on ECHOLINK would like to make a second transmission? Well, Alan, I would like to know who's the dog and who is the owner. It sounded like a beefy dog. Over to you, G1 AEU.
This is the bus is on. Leave shot behind me in your chair. He don't understand with that. Oh, he wants everybody to come. We never can go to the dinner. But he's alive. He's madam. That's off the house down. So, people and I know what to do. Anyway, I want to say to Lily, my wife agreed with you. She doesn't trust the weather. And my father made ice cream about it. Every day they would walk off down to get a coach out of the window. I didn't know they do ice cream, but they walk in the dark county most of the day. Then the ice was too skinny for people to squeeze it. So there was the region and they do know better and they get into trouble. You want to do I should just know.
Good. Thank you, Alan. Okay, let's stand by for any other comments, and if you happen to be lurking and want to check in, that's fine too. Any comments? Hearing none, at 8:36 in the morning, we will bring the net to a conclusion and ask everyone to have a very safe and good day. This is 89 AMA, returning the frequency to normal